Baba, assalamu alaikum. My dear son. Son, walaikum assalam. Baba, did the Prophet go back to Egypt? What happened then? Please, tell me. Baba smiling. MashaAllah. You look so excited today. Inshallah, I'll tell you the next part. How Prophet Musa has confronted the mighty Pharaoh of Egypt. Son, wow, I can't wait. Baba, then let's begin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. After spending many years away from Egypt, Prophet Musa finally began his journey back. He was no longer afraid. He knew that Allah's stability was with him, guiding every step. He traveled with his wife and family, walking for many days through the desert sands. At last, when they neared the city of Egypt, someone was waiting for him. His beloved brother, Harun A.S. Son, Harun A.S. was also a prophet, right? Baba? Yes, my son. Allah had made Harun A.S. a prophet too, and he gave him the duty to support Musa A.S. When the two brothers met, they hugged each other tightly with tears of joy. Then, together, they set out for the grand palace of Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt. The palace of Pharaoh was huge, filled with gold, soldiers, and servants. When Prophet Musa A.S. entered, everyone was shocked. This was the same man who had fled Egypt years ago. But Prophet Musa A.S. walked with courage and peace in his heart. He stood before the Pharaoh and said calmly, Musa, Aso, Pharaoh, I am a messenger from Allah, the Lord of all worlds. Let the children of Israel go free. Pharaoh mocking, the Israelites are my slaves. Why should I let them go? Musa A.S., they are not your slaves. Pharaoh, they belong only to Allah, the one who created us all. Pharaoh's face turned red with anger. He shouted, Pharaoh, aren't you the same Musa we found floating in the river Nile? We raised you like our own son, and you dare come back to challenge me. Didn't you kill an Egyptian and run away like a criminal? Musa answered, it was a mistake, Pharaoh. I never meant to kill him, but my Lord Allah has forgiven me and made me one of his messengers. Pharaoh smirked. If you're really a messenger, show me a sign from your God. Prophet Musa threw his staff on the ground, and by Allah's command, the stick turned into a giant serpent, slithering across the palace floor. Everyone gasped. The soldiers stepped back in fear. The Pharaoh himself trembled, but he tried to hide it. Pharaoh angrily, that's just magic. I have magicians far greater than you, Musa. He immediately called for all the magicians in his kingdom. He promised them riches, fame, and honor if they could defeat Musa A.S. The next day, thousands of people gathered in the royal courtyard. The air was buzzing with excitement. On one side stood the Pharaoh and his magicians, and on the other stood Prophet Musa A.S. and Harun A.S. Musa A.S., you may perform first. The magicians smiled proudly. They threw down their ropes and sticks, and by their illusion, they looked like hundreds of snakes crawling all over the ground. The crowd gasped and cheered. Even Musa felt a little afraid for a moment. But Allah, stability spoke to his heart. Do not be afraid, Musa. You are the one with victory. Then, Musa threw down his staff again, and it turned into a massive serpent. It slithered forward and swallowed every single snake the magicians had created. The crowd fell silent in awe. The magicians looked at each other. They knew this was not magic. They fell down in prostration and said, Magicians, we believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun. Pharaoh furious. How dare you believe in him before I give permission? I will punish you all. But the magicians said bravely, Magicians, you may do as you wish, Pharaoh, but we will never deny the truth we have seen. We fear the punishment of Allah more than your threats. Pharaoh was enraged. He realized that his power was slipping away. People had witnessed a true miracle, something beyond his control. To keep his power, Pharaoh ordered his soldiers, kill all who follow Musa. Let no man, woman, or child who believes in him be spared. The soldiers began to persecute the Israelites. They beat the men, imprisoned the women, and even harmed innocent children. Prophet Musa was deeply saddened, but he told his people, Musa, be patient, O my people, have faith in Allah. He will soon rescue us. Allah SWT sent many signs and punishments upon Egypt to make Pharaoh realize his mistake. The first punishment was a terrible drought. The Nile's water level dropped. The land dried up and crops failed. The Egyptians came running to Musa. People, oh Musa, pray to your Lord to end this drought, and we will let the Israelites go. Prophet Musa prayed, and by Allah's mercy, the drought ended. But Pharaoh broke his promise. Then Allah SWT sent a second punishment. A great flood. The water overflowed and destroyed their houses, fields, and animals. Once again, the Egyptians begged Musa for help. He prayed to Allah, and the flood stopped. But Pharaoh lied again. Then Allah sent a plague of locusts, millions of insects that ate every single crop and tree leaf. Son, ooh, that must have been terrible. Baba, yes, my son. The people ran again to Musa crying for help. They promised to free the Israelites once more, but they broke their word again. Next, Allah SWT sent a plague of lice and insects, spreading disease and misery. When the Egyptians begged again, Musa prayed for mercy, but once things returned to normal, Pharaoh still refused. Then, Allah SWT sent a plague of frogs. Frogs were everywhere, in their homes, their food, even in their beds. The people screamed in horror and begged again. People, oh Musa, please ask your Lord to remove these frogs. We promised to let your people go. But again, they lied. Finally, Allah SWT sent the last and most terrifying sign. Blood. The water of the river Nile turned into blood. When the Israelites filled their cups, the water was clear. But when the Egyptians tried to drink, the water turned into thick, red blood. The Egyptians couldn't drink, cook, or wash. It was unbearable. They came to Musa one last time. People, oh Musa, we will obey this time. Just make this stop. Musa prayed to Allah, and the water turned clear again. But Pharaoh and his men again broke their promise. After years of warnings, Allah SWT revealed to Prophet Musa, take my servants and leave Egypt at night. Pharaoh and his army will pursue you, but I shall save you. So, Prophet Musa gathered all the Israelites and quietly left Egypt under the cover of darkness. They carried what little they had and began their long march toward the sea. When Pharaoh realized they had escaped, he gathered his massive army of soldiers, horses, and chariots to chase them. As the Israelites reached the shore of the Red Sea, they saw Pharaoh's army approaching from behind. People panicking. Oh, Musa, we are trapped. Pharaoh is coming. What will we do? Musa asks. Do not be afraid. My Lord is with me, and he will guide us. Then Allah SWT commanded him. Strike the sea with your staff. Musa obeyed. He struck the water, and suddenly the sea split into two towering walls of water. A dry path appeared in the middle. The Israelites crossed safely through the sea. When Pharaoh and his army followed, the waves closed in again by Allah's command, drowning Pharaoh and his soldiers completely. The sea swallowed the mighty ruler who once claimed to be God. Only his body remained, as a sign for future generations. When the Israelites reached the other side, they were free for the first time in centuries. They fell to their knees, thanking Allah SWT for his mercy and guidance. Musa Praise be to Allah, the Lord of all worlds, who saved us from the cruelty of Pharaoh. From that day on, Prophet Musa continued to lead his people with wisdom and patience, reminding them always to worship only Allah. That was such a powerful story. Pharaoh was so proud, but Allah destroyed his pride. Baba, yes, my son. Pride and arrogance always lead to destruction, but faith and patience lead to victory and peace. Baba. All right, let's see how well you listened today. Baba, why did Prophet Musa return to Egypt? Son, because Allah commanded him to free the Israelites from slavery. Baba, that's right. No, tell me, what was the first punishment Allah sent to Egypt? Son, a terrible drought. Baba, and what came after that? Son, a flood, then locusts, then lice, then frogs, and finally, blood. Baba. Smiling. Excellent! You remembered all of them. Now tell me, what miracle did Prophet Musa perform with his staff? Son, he threw it down and it turned into a serpent by Allah's command. Baba. Perfect, my dear. And how did Allah save the Prophet and his people from Pharaoh? Son, Allah split the sea for them and then drowned Pharaoh and his army when they followed. Baba, mashallah. You've learned well today. Always remember, my son, no matter how powerful someone seems, Allah's WT is the greatest of all. Son, inshallah. Baba, ILL, never forget that. Baba, good. Now it's time to sleep. Tomorrow, inshallah, I'll tell you another beautiful story from the Quran. Son, can't wait. Baba, good night. Baba, good night, my dear. May Allah protect you always.